similar setup that you could have from a Proto and also from the Viper that they have on the other end with Rossi, then that allows harder hits. This time, is it going to be to try to enable Nismo a little bit more on First Blood's map control? That's my question.
I'm excited. I kind of like the fade better because it just says we're gonna go forward more. You're gonna throw in just 0 points to see what's now. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll have to see how the fade works out. I am excited to see Ghost switch it up. A lot of teams have been lately. It seems to be a bit of gusto that's throwing people off. A lot of mailroom here. There should be a delivery coming in, Vans, but it does look like a delivery came in.
And that was an express one right there. The prime delivery just at the doorstep of a couple of players. Beautiful C's on that combination. And another reason why you actually have a fade instead of KO right there, just to add a little bit more pressure into the male side takes, the B side heaven takes that TSM will try to do.
We'll keep an eye on what the conditioning is here for these rounds. Just this pistol is going to be a B hit for now. The rotation around, though, from Sabrosa.
Miscommunication, unfortunately, there from Nismo and Koala Noob of who had who on that spot.
Yeah.
So you saw it there that Nismo had a head on a swivel going back and forth trying to find that timing. And that actually allows TSM to take the upper hand and a plant, also keeping GMD alive, but doesn't have any stars to work with nonetheless. Sabrosa getting the kill onto that mid side, so it's up to 2 players of Ghost to try to take it back. First one spotted towards the hell side. A Proto still has 2 stars to work with, and they're going to try to work together. Crossfire 7, reload being heard. GMD takes the opportunity and the advantage to swing around and catches opponent off guard, and that's another pistol round being picked up by TSM overall in this series.
Sabrosa slowed. Everybody did great that round on TSM. Sabrosa slowed 3 people overall coming into that B heaven area. Then he taunted John Cutie all the way out to ropes. Sabrosa backpedaled and cat and mouse that entire end of the round situation so they wouldn't have as strong of a hit back onto B for the post plant. Really great mind games from Sabrosa there from TSM. Ghost had a lot of people and it looked great on the entry. Just got mixed up.
A stack towards the A side. Potentially we're looking for a fault line combination again for towards the A main, but they're just going to decide to go a little bit more casually here for Ghost Gaming. The haunt is being prepped up though, at least for John Cutie. And as he tries to get the timing, into the A main side, is not going to see anything there. So that, look at that. Everybody's rotating, gambling towards the B side, but we're still waiting for TSM on A.
They just have protocol activation. Hit, there was going to be a nade coming over. There was going to be a fault line coming over. They're ready to instantly activate on this utility event. So great call for A main. And it looks like TSM may want to stay here and tempt the fate. They've chosen right as the rotation from Ghost did come in.
They're hiding on the opposite angle of the A ramp, waiting for the poison to come up, opening up the poison orb.
Whoa.
And it's still going to be Koala Noob that gets the kill on to Corey. So nice little first blood on the defender side, but TSM still makes it inside the A site for the plant. Already though, we have one towards screens on the defenders rotate, and 3 players all the way up towards heaven. The haunt in the air, not seeing too much as of yet for Ghost, as we're trying to re-clear down towards vents before we could go for an all-out prowl, literally, if we're going to activate John Cutie's prowler around the corner. 2 players raining towards the A main side. Starting to walk out one angle. Nice shots by Sabrosa. 20 HP left, and GMD there for the save. All the way through 2 smokes to get that kill. And the last one spotted towards the screen, trying to get the right clicks. It works out for the first kill on Rossi, but 7 swings out for that trade, and TSM gets the second round on split.
Overall, TSM doing a great job at reading the composition available to Ghost. I mean, usually we see that could be a KO, right? And you're going to wait for a KO 0 point. Well, they have to consider the same thing, that after a seize or a hump, there's going to be follow-up. So they stay back, that goes away, and then you saw TSM could assume that Ghost would go back to regular defensive positions. And honestly, if that was their read, they had it 100%, because that's what it looked like. They went right back into A and took the second round. On to the bonus. Guns for Ghost. What will happen here on their defensive side?
Default play here for TSM. Double satchel for 7 to try to take the top. Here comes another seize on the ground. Paint shells coming in. Not going to take anybody down. Just a little bit of DK from the start. But we managed to come out unscathed for TSM, using a little bit of utility, forcing out the seize and the nades. So John Cutie and the rest have to go for swings now.
in it.
Towards hell. GMD, Sabrosa, and Seven are the one trying to get the entries right now. The young fraggers of the team moving inside as the spike gets dropped, but a nice little push from B main as well overwhelms the B site and drops all the defenders from Ghost. Last two players rotating through, not going to be easy.
Just coming out of the woodwork, and the people from Garage didn't make that much noise for TSM. Oh, that's such a dangerous aftershock. I love Breach on split so much.
Maybe not Sabrosa at that point, though. 7 spots atop of the dome, but Koala Noob still wins it, so somehow becomes a 2 versus 2. But at least for the last 2 remaining members of this bonus round for TSM, it's rifles. The crossfire is there from the back of the site at Pillar. Corey wins the first one, but now it's even up on a 1 versus 1. A readjustment from Koala Noob to get that second kill onto Rossi. And that is going to be a beautiful clutch coming in for Ghost Gaming. The defuse coming in.
My man's is just knife phantom switching, and a 1v1 pops out as soon as the phantom comes up. See you later. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh. That was ridiculous. This play here, you love to see it. Actually puts it on the close wall for the exit, as well as a bit of damage that would have happened as well for Sabrosa, and then just bleep, bloop. What? So
Clean.
sure of him. That's a vibe right there. He's feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, they've been feeling it from the comeback that they had from that first map. And even getting a very convincing defender side for Ghost. And I think that's what rings for Ghost Gaming as well. We'll talk about that in a bit. As the haunt just got broken, it didn't find information, but from the shot, you do have an indication that there's at least some pressure from TSM there. And they're actually committing on this with Seekers. So we are going to run in. It gets sucked in by gravity wells, and all the rest of the utility doesn't get as far as we want it to. So Proto's anchoring towards the elbow side, gets that first headshot on the 7. The push in from GMD with this Vandal, though. Now for the rest of TSM, we're now moving in. Nice shot from Corey and Rossi. They're holding in towards the screen side as Nismo with the judge. A 3 versus 2 make that a one-man solo play for Nismo. He's going to try to find a different spot to get a fight. Could afford to make a little bit of noise. You don't really know if they got him towards that A main side because of that gravity well, but Corey, nice little cosmic divide there, and I think that was intended for him to watch that sliver with that tool de force.
TSM deserved that round through and through. They hit a grav well on the run over. Brock hit them with a fault line. TSM still made it in and got the positions, even with this drive-by, we just saw from Nismo too on the judge. Yeah, Corey came up great on the outside, and again, that sliver there. But yeah, TSM worked through every bit of storm they had to grab that round, so they know exactly what they want. They can get through this Ghost defense. That looks great for them. Yeah. See if Ghost can put something else on the table after this eco.
What I was trying to bring up here for Ghost Gaming is that they're actually pretty good on their defender halves for a lot of these games with all the setups that they have. Their nerdy stuff that they could do, including that one. An aggressive push towards that mid side, ready for a swing, seize, and even nades if Koala Noob TPs away and they had more pressure, but he only needs the kill, TPs away. And it's an early 5-on-4.
That's your guiding light. That's your trailblazer. It's up to 7 to get hopping in here now with some smokes if possible. Here they go.
There's that smoke as you wanted to hear towards that top side of B Heaven. Saw some utility being thrown towards this B main side from the defender half of John Cutie just to try to slow it down for a bit. And not too bad though on an eco, forcing out an early Viper's Pit early in the half as well for TSM. Things are looking pretty good for TSM to hold it out. All of them make that 3 out of the 4 just dancing around and inside the Viper's Pit. There's going to be a lot of utility being used here towards that backside, and now the overwhelming rotate from Ghost, all from B Heaven. But we do have players on the B main side and Pillar for TSM, and they're just sweeping down the rest of the players of Ghost. One more to go, as it's not going to work out. TSM puts up 4.
Just down into the firing range. TSM was more than ready there. I thought for a moment, if that nade could have done enough for Ghost, discombobulate TSM's positions, it would have been it, but it was Corey, the rendezvous to safety, and another round win. A little reminiscent of map 1 here that we're getting from Breeze. TSM taking an early lead on the first half, 4-1. We're going to see alts start to come online, and that's where the flow of the game can really change. That showstopper is there as well as the Rolling Thunder for defense, so expect Ghost to put up a brick wall. Will TSM try to go fast here on B?
Yeah, it's a combination towards that B main side for information. It gets shot out, but there is still pressure towards this B main side. And thankfully, at least for TSM, they could breathe for a bit because they didn't get ecoed into what Ghost had on that previous round. Mind you, that Ghost Gaming has had first blood so far in the past 5 rounds of this map, but it's still converted back into TSM's favor, so that's well done. Thankfully, into Ghost, it's because of Ghost's economy as well by losing that pistol. Is he going to try to just even it back?
They throw a wall on A this time, too, as they go for B, and it's hard pressure here, man. Silly.
Yeah, Brawler's going to find information on GMD. Snakebite on the ground just to try to push them back for a bit, so that's going to nullify the flash coming out from Brock. No swings coming in. The Showstopper, as you mentioned, is out. It's going to land at the feet of 7, so that's what we call the Corey ult, right, Sabrosa? Nismo, though, gets another kill. Headshot onto Sabrosa, speak of the devil, as he gets traded up, and he goes for another kill right there onto Rossi. He is holding it down towards the default boxes of the B side. 2 more players to go for TSM, and he spots a 4th one. The nades come back out, but it gets traded out by Corey. A 2 versus 1 where Corey could get it done as well. The first one spotted in the backside defender spawn. Second one has yet to be spotted by Corey, but both rotators are coming out to work together up from the B heaven side for Ghost. 18 seconds left.
Cypher or Chamber, Vans. Corey. It's Corey. Can he do it this time?
Well, he's cleared out the spawn side.
10 seconds
Fake
left.
plant. Peek out. No kills. Koala Noob wins that duel, and Ghost Gaming puts 2 on the board.
Oh my gosh, Nismo. What was that? The rest of the team doing amazing. Nismo literally funneling people into situations with his frags. Here's one, and then he gets the second one. He throws a nade high, and the kill he gets after throwing that nade high on the drop down. Oh, yeah. That's gross. Shit, he's so on fire right now.
Golden Boy, you mentioned that little joke that we had before, you know, the boomer jokes that he likes to do. We wake up from our naps, we're ready to cast. Well, Nismo took a while to wake up. He's also an old man, owns a restaurant, has kids. Now wakes up and does this on split. 2-4 right now on the scoreboard as Koala Noob's pushing forward. Avoids the flash from Sabrosa. A Prowler to come out, and he's behind the wall looking for the fight.
Nismo hit the special menu. The push is there. Really past the guiding light just a little bit. It's the first time TSM has really allowed this much of an encroachment. Usually they're peeking a little bit on that A ramp.
There.
So they're seeing, I think they're trying to read a little bit more of what Ghost want to do, but Ghost is doing the same. How far can we push? 7 rounds in, and that they're trying to get a little more info out of each and every one of these rounds. A Heaven seems to be the play for now.
Because we've actually forced Ghost to push so forward up, they've actually overcome taking mid control for TSM and are looking for this A side split. Smokes are coming down, the execution's coming in. Grab well to start after the Trailblazer 2, so that's a free A Heaven site. Showstopper coming out from 7 is looking for the kill. Rosa ult as GMD also trades it back, though, at least.
30 seconds
Flash into the smoke. Nobody's playing there for an aggressive swing, so this should be a clean plant now for Rossi. Up for the Heaven side, so that's going to allow a late lurk from Corey playing from the vents. So delay for TSM in the back of the site. Create a diversion and try to have Corey go for the clutch.
Another one of those rounds where they would have waited for a Prowler or what would have been the 0 point to come overhead, right? But it was actually just the push coming in from Koala Noob. Now we have this fight.
Still manages to get the kill as a Proto's on his own on top of the Heaven side. So not only is it delay for TSM, but it's also hold the line. And it works out great in the battles of the backside of A. And TSM, they get a round back in their hands in the gun round.
GMD is ice cold as well. Just so many fights face to face there between his wall, playing it perfectly. Looks like they're going to get Ghost on the timeout for a moment. But yeah, TSM are, I think, going from game to game, said, okay, if we get a lead, make sure we're reiterating what we want to do, why we have this lead, what's been good kind of thing, and not letting anything go to the wayside, because it seems like that's where Ghost was able to get a hold of the game last time, use a few ultimates, figure out then how to get around the side of where you'd see 7 playing, because on defensive breeze, 7 was coming up over elbow, blade storms, etc., where Sabrosa was flanking and things like that. And I think if TSM using that time, make sure they keep doing it, and Ghost is figuring out how to break it down again.
Quick little shout out to our stats man. He's a stats man. Yeah,
my
so far,
gosh.
calculating how many first bloods we've gotten here for Ghost, it continues. They've gotten first blood out of every single round so far, but have yet to convert into rounds in their favor. And what is the cause of that for TSM?
Yeah. Well, how's TSM stopping that, are you saying?
Yeah. I mean, they're winning so many 4 versus 5s at this point.
It comes down to the fact where we saw TSM going a little quicker in some of the rounds that they did lose. And like you said, delaying, right? That A was a delay because there were hardly any people on the site after the first 20 seconds. After that initial Prowler, the Seeker, whatever they want to use, and then back up. Here again, complete patience. If a Prowler were to come through there, or he can back up. Same thing with A. Look how far back you have Rossi. So they're completely waiting for all this util that Ghost wants to get a little bit of info on the protocol to start.
So far, we haven't had the best timings here. Oh my god, another first blood from Kuala-Noob.
Okay.
I was going to mention first timings with the Haunts. It didn't spot anybody there, so that allows Corey to lurk up into the garage, but we forget these guys are actually drilled to check their corners this time in this match for Ghost Gaming, and that's a nice shot by Kuala-Noob. That now forces all of TSM to rotate towards this A site to try to execute there with the advantages of the rifles. But Kuala-Noob's also here already. Sees the Seekers on top of that, so it's going to be TSM committing into an A-side hit. Nice combination into a Snake Bite and Paint Shells to actually eliminate Nismo if out of this round. As the Trailblazer is looking for information, Rossi finally swings it out, grabs it well towards the back of the site, and now we've stopped the bleeding. A Proto, the last person standing, 4 versus 1. 33 seconds left on the clock. Should be around here for TSM. Maybe not yet. First headshot there onto Rossi. He's changed his crosshair another time into this map. Stars onto the ground, looking for the weapon to pick up here towards screens. As it stays quiet, picks it up here on that Phantom, swings out towards that elbow side, forces out the swing from Hell, and 7 gets that kill.
He tries to draw out another fight, gets it. And TSM show that they can push through even if they wait when there are a lot of members of Ghost. But Ghost was on an eco there, so I guess a saving grace for TSM all the same that they pushed into the entire team. Not too many frags gone down as well, so nice job to bring it to 6-2. Quite healthy, quite rich in that aspect. And we'll see Kuala-Noob going up for the Tour de Force. That'll be online on both sides here. We'll see if it can change the game. We see that set up just on the backside of screens. No, he's up.
You want to play? Let's play.
Probably will spot a bit to start, at least on one, so that allows the aggressive position here of Ghost utilizing their opponent's toxic screen to their advantage, but we're trying to sell a fake here for TSM towards the A site.
I love the Gaman push. He just runs up there with the Trailblazer. Now everybody takes position. I mean, he's been hot. Why not send him up? They're literally playing off that vibe right now. The rest of the team is patiently waiting, stacked up, until they can explode into the next position. TSM just slowly taking space, grabbing the audio, grabbing info, and now it's Sabrosa playing Gladiator. He gets the trademark.
Will that force a rotate so far from Ghost? They don't seem to be biting on that trademark being broken, and also for TSM side, excuse me, they have a Cosmic Divide to work with too. They're just looking to re-execute towards this A side potentially on a timing where there's still only 2 players of Ghost out there.
In one of the few rounds we've seen the wall go straight up at B or Rossi. Usually they put it up at A and let it be stale at A. Here it's at B. Now we go to A, Vans. Right into sight.
What a shot from a Proto, but at least it gets traded out by Sabrosa right away. Brock, not too much to his health. Funny number as he leans back towards the left side of the site. Actually draws a spike carrier, and that forces out the Nightfall, and it's actually down in front of the site. Haunt in the front as well. Now one is Smart Ping picked up. 10 seconds left on the clock. GMD gets the kill from a swing out of Kuala-Noob out of the Cosmic Divide. Nades towards the back, right, and lands it on a touchdown, and that is no time for the plant. Nismo with a clutch nade gets the round for Ghost.
This is how it started to happen last map, Vans. More so second half, but these rounds where they squeak out 1 and 1 or just one person walking away from the victory of the round. It's how Ghost started to tear apart TSM's economy slowly and get their rounds back. Do we see that again? The operator for Kuala-Noob, as he was on the Tour de Force last time, they keep the big gun there. Nismo on the showstopper. They could fold this over into something even bigger if they can take another round from TSM. The walls move once again, gas wall at A, and they are right up on that line of scrimmage.
Oh yeah, they're waiting for it here. No haunts to come out on this side because it's still looking for the timing on the B for
got your
Ghost.
trail.
And using both of the utility of Viper, they go for the Seeker's push once again. Getting slowed down by Gravity Wells, but also is a Proto debuff inside that site. 7 gets the first blood. Is that finally a first blood here for TSM as they make it inside that site? They'll also get a plant coming down.
Ultimate as well, they just want to shut everything down. This makes it harder as well. You don't just want to fire a showstopper into that mist. So now Nismo has to reconsider if they have the numbers to do that and use the ultimate on the way in.
A little bit of a decay there from a C's being thrown inside that site, but the utility combination didn't work out for the couple of kills there. They were looking for potentially that combination of a C's and paint shells because you heard those ringing in the back of the mines.
Right.
As they were getting...
Oh, that's the operator.
Yeah, that's not
No.
good. That is not good. That's
So
going to be the round
Broza
for
has
TSM, but yeah, no operators into the next round. The economy is really low as well for Ghost. TSM's going to move up at 7 on their attacker side with a Prime Gaming Flawless.
Rosa's clicking in when he needs to this whole game, honestly. He played great on Breeze, finding frags here that are really necessary for TSM to keep a lead on the side of split attack. The rest of the team is killing it. I mean, singing Goman's praises in there. He's being one of the guys to really push a ramp, get up there with the team. Everybody has a part this time for TSM as they're still finding that groove that this team can ride on the top. 7-3 here in the first half. It looks like they could end a little sturdier if TSM just keeps this roll going. They've got Ghost on a low buy. Can't go ahead and give them too much respect. Still have to play the same game, still have to play strong, and it looks like they will go ahead and take that space mid right away.
That's the thing here with Ghost. They're playing a lot of these trap plays from male, but also giving up a lot here on the mid side, allowing TSM to take mostly free control of mid side and breaking a trademark very early as well. Here comes the combo. It's actually inside the mail. It grabs for 1, but no nades.
Just to figure it out. He's okay being tethered now. Rotation is going over. Remember, wall is A. They switched it the last few rounds, and it does look like they may actually end B here with the motion of the rest of the team.
They're pinging it, though. So they do expect something here, and even the attackers are doing the same.
Yep.
So Nismo was trying to bait it out, but he wasn't playing towards the B side. Goes for the rifles instead, but Prowler with the nades. The swing out, and it works out for that second kill. A counter flash, and a nade gets the kill onto Sabrosa. What a hold from those two players in the end. A little nice bait and switch. Molyneux from the back end lands the last 2 kills. And that's a Prime Gaming Flawless answered back for Ghost Gaming.
That was needed. Absolutely needed, because the pressure TSM had was throwing Ghost for a loop, and the way they were rotating, Ghost actually held strong there. I think on the info that the wall is usually there from Rossi, right? But those stars you actually see in A Heaven and its screens were pretty stale. So they almost read that these stars could be used, but not right now. That's, I think, why you saw the pings over towards, we saw B. They're like, we're going to hit this. And Ghost was ready. That was a great read by Ghost.
Inching now the Raze player towards the A side for Ghost Gaming. 3-player stack. TSM moving up towards the A ramp side. Prowler looking in towards mid, but that's misinformation there as it didn't ping anybody. Just on the other end at market, you do have GMD. Trailblazer will spot a player, forcing now Nismo back towards the spawn side as he rotates even towards the B site. So now it's back to the chess game. Up to the IGLs to figure out what they want to do here on their respective sides.
No push through sewers, they know that, so they're still keeping a forward eye as B garage is covered. The Prowler is going to give Ghost an idea of what's going on. Nice distance on that as well. Nobody really wanted to attack it. And it looks like they'll retreat from this position just for a moment to reset. 3-2 split towards B looks like what we're going to get. And positioning seems to be there. You have a lean from Nismo right now, and that showstopper needs to get the site quickly for this last round.
Yeah, that's why he's staying towards the spawn side, making sure that he doesn't die, so he could probably use it for a retake or a prevent into the site.
Oh, he's
Boom
choosing
comes
right.
out, so some info there. Kualanub waiting, but as his rendezvous point gets picked off, he's forced to find a different angle, and that showstopper comes in. Everything looks good here for Ghost. 1 more to go inside that site is GMD. 15 seconds left. Fault line forced out. Aftershock, but nobody's swinging out. Another fake plant coming in. 3rd time's a charm? Not at all. John Cutie picks up the last kill, and we see now another scoreline of 7-5 in favor of TSM moving into the second half. We'll find out what happens next after this break. Welcome back, fans of Valorant. Welcome back, fans of TSM and Ghost. We do have, again, another banger of a match as we're moving into the second half here on Split. Another close end of a first half, and now TSM are still trying to battle it back to try to force a third map decider.
What a fantastic just weekend of series already. I love it. Let's keep it going. Second half of Split underway. Let's see what Ghost can do on attack now. It seemed to be a different beast when they swapped sides last time on Breeze. Will it happen again? See the run up to ramp to start off, and the W strategy of Ghost deployed right away.
That's Koala Noob looking for an entry, so it's not going to be on Nismo. It's also, once again, on the back of the Headhunter, trying to clear out towards the A Heaven side. And now the execution's about to come in. You see now the initiators setting up for the fault line, the hunt here towards the site. Boombot coming in. So much utility coming out here from Ghost Gaming. But this is really well done by the defenders, though. That's one Nebula, maybe two.
To stall it all.
Slops everything out.
Really great call. They do get their heaven control. Man, does this sort things out. Nismo's close for the double trade there. Or single trade, I should say, on the double fight.
Oh, we're pushing towards the spawn side. And Corey lines up two of his own, so that evens up the tally, 3 versus 3. But the swing, the drive-by of Proto, headshot onto Corey, as now we have Ghost making it inside the site, but there's still one more player with the frenzy, with pink shells, only good for one. Traded out by Koala Noob, as Rossi will have to try to go for a clutch on a 2 versus 1.
A to B. What an A to B. Hardly ever see it. You could almost call it an around the world, but they would have had to do it one more time, Vans. Let's see what Rossi can do here. 2v1. Got his work cut out for him.
Fault line for the swing. Now Rossi knows that it's towards B main and where the second player is at. Oh, still has a poison orb to work with. And now he gets the first, but nice timing from Brock. And finally, Ghost gets the pistol round.
There it is. They steal that back. How can they carry it, right? These teams have been giving each other such trouble on second round or even bonus round, not being able to capitalize on your first gun. Oh my word. This push through got a little dicey, but I like that Ghost didn't stop. Because if they did, then their strategy becomes TSM. Maybe TSM is flanking. Maybe they've already got position through ropes, etc. I love that Ghost stuck with it and just continued to train on the tracks all the way through. One round brings them into tie here. We have the Sheriff and just a few other low buys for TSM. No real forward position, though. Looks like they are just kind of waiting for Ghost to come to them.
I just love it, too, that after the initial execution, there was no smokes available from either the players from GMD or Proto. So it comes down to the fundamentals, run it through, try to get those trades in, which is why we saw it. It literally finished up to a 1 versus 1. So you see how deep it goes into the skills that these players have in the server right now as Ghost trying to push forward. Prowler spotting one towards Hell. Pain Shells now towards that B main side, forced out of 7. And an easy teleportation by Koala Noob. I would call that a win because that's less in terms of utility to hold out towards male and B site.
Yeah, especially attack side. If you get out the defenders, raise nade, it feels a lot better. Because then you can hide in a corner if you do get a sight. Otherwise, you're always wondering where you have to run. A little bit more of a breathing room on the side of Ghost. And that's it. Pop him right out of the corner. Corey cannot hide there. He goes down to the nade, and now Ghost get to play with the map.
But they're hearing the sewers rotation all the way from the heaven side of Sabrosa. So he's going to have to call it out for his teammates, and Sabrosa's stuck in the corner by the orb. Turns away from the flash, lands a nice first kill, but a second flash blinds him to give the assist for Brock and the kill to John Cutie. Rotation out from GMD. Only pans out for that first kill. The 7 is trying to go for a last second kill. Same thing for Rossi. Doesn't work out. Proto holding it out for both of those kills to protect his spike planner, rather, as Ghost ties up the game.
I was like, Brock's planning not safe, and they only have smoke control. But yeah, like you called, everybody was ready to make sure they had spike control. So easy peasy. 7-7 there. We are all tied up and pushing for some phantoms. They want, or a phantom, it looked like 2. They want to bring a little bit of firepower here to the table since Koala can go alt operator. Still okay to buy a little bit early. They're feeling for him. We'll see if a Proto can damage on the back line with these smokes here as they start off. TSM looking to take it back in their favor here on Ghost bonus.
Proto going for a share so he can get a little bit more utility, as he's going to have to be the one that's going to help the team get into the sights for these stars. Looking for some control up towards the heaven side. Fault line coming out on the defenders. Paint Shell lining up with it too. But we've made it out for both of the aggressors of Ghost Gaming out towards Mail.
Bit of armor damage chipped off there. Now things quiet down. It is a lean for Ghost towards B. Say the number of games does favor them at this point, but they got to get the smokes out right. Remember, 7's nade is down, so it's going to be on the fight, and they should have pretty clear entry here onto the site.
But all the way back aside is also GMD with that Phantom. They're waiting for the timing potentially of the rendezvous. No, we're just going to run in. 7 gets that first blood onto Koala Noob. Information's there. Still playing 7 at the same spot as Nismo, but it's going to be Nismo that wins it. The back of the site has been deadly for GMD as he anchors it down like a king.
Should be a pretty easy entry into the... Hey, I think I said that. Oh my gosh. It was the trickle in. GMD said, thank you very much. The 4K, 7 there to start it off. So the first blood you see rotating into the rest of them here. And TSM will not let the bonus be capitalized on from Ghost. Oh my God, come on.
You could definitely see it was a small mistake from Ghost there as the nade didn't go deep enough. You saw that GMD was fully flashed. So on paper, it looked the plan was good, but then after that they missed the kill on the paint shells. They thought the backside was clear, especially when they're getting a lot of ruckus from 7 towards that default spot on the other side of B site. That said, though, we're changing pace. We're having Nismo trying to hunt it up, and a gravity well towards the B heaven side as Sabrosa is forced to flash out, and also forcing Ghost to back out. Another stalemate towards this B side heaven. Not won by anybody yet. Except for 7. It's that first blood on the Brock.
They slowed down the W for a second, but it activates again here, Vance.
Down B.
With the spike down, though, Nismo and Koala Noob on a 3 versus 2. Nismo with the crouch peek. Always gonna get the timing. The flash lines them both up! And Corey's on his own. 1 versus 1 as it's up to Nismo and Corey. The 2 fraggers coming in. Showstopper! No TP coming out of Corey as Nismo gets the kill.
You could see him. He had the oh no face on as soon as those frags came in for Nismo. He turned and ran. And that might be the first one that Nismo hasn't used on 7. Funnily enough, Nismo has been solo killing 7, the other Rays on TSM, with the showstopper here. It's all for Corey. Oh, just the rendezvous. Was that just in range?
Exactly, he was trying to TP away.
Hot damn. I was just reeling already from the shot because I was like, you did not. Being able to see that is even better. All right, so we're back in 8-8. Second map here. Ghost looking to take this away from TSM, but they want to keep this series going. We're back to gun round on both. Tour de force out for Corey.
Trying to do as much as a gun round that we can, though, for Ghost.
That's true, yeah, Spectre's
they only
there.
got Spectres to work with. They're trying to work quick. Poison Orb and Snake Bite on the ground for the defender side. As Ghost might look for a different timing once all of this utility comes down on the fuel.
Ghost, or I'm sorry, yeah, I was going to say stars set up across the map here. We can see for TSM, so they can slow Ghost down if they do want to hit a site. Mon still holding in the back, anchoring B always so far. Such a steady shot for this game, so you can see the team's perfectly fine with basically leaving him just having his 7 with a showstopper on deck and 1 orb for him.
So you also saw the guided light coming out from Sabrosa on A ramp. So that allows now a push up from Koala Noob. If he gets a pick, that could pull out a rotation again and then a full hit from Ghost.
30 seconds left.
He's inching out here towards his A heaven side. Sabrosa walking back. Timing's going to be huge here right now. Sabrosa wins that fight on the A site, but at least the execution's coming in towards B. Everything gets slowed down for a bit from Defender's utility, and the satchel charges don't work. At least Proto's moving forward. 7 still at that same spot. They look to grab 2 of his own. 10 seconds left on the clock. The click that almost could have done a bit of damage, but the Cosmic Divide saves Corey, and that's going to be the round coming in for TSM.
Playing with their food on that one. That was pretty funny. Like that. TSM do get themselves around. Like you said, it actually wasn't the full buy looking in.
Yep.
There was quite a few Spectres for Ghost there, and TSM tack on the frags. They feel good. Timeout coming in. This is going to be a Ghost timeout, and they switch things around. this has been exciting stuff. TSM wants to bring their map back. This is their pick on the split. They're feeling comfortable on it. We'll see what they can continue to do here. GMD, what a game. Already dropping the 20 bomb versus Nismo right now. And everybody else is fighting it as well.
Yeah. What's been a good component into Nismo's success was also the information that was being thrown with these haunts this time from John Cutie on that first half, moving into the second one here too. But yeah, another one of those rounds where Ghost is calling a timeout, but they're working with ecos, and I think these have been like the important rounds as well. That's turn it over for Ghost on Breeze. So I think this is still a really good timeout that Kaplan, the coach, is currently calling here for Ghost to see if they could get anything done with Allure by into their attacker half, because that could potentially break the bank for TSM too.
Yeah, how can you do the most damage, right? And does that mean they go up A ramp again and we kind of see that a Koala Noob takes a position on the ramp and the team continues to work the map a little bit more? Currently focused on A. They have been setting up the C's, or the haunt across as well as the fault line. We'll be looking for Brock and John Cuter to be set up doing that. And they actually, Brock set up a little bit back, so he's going to fault line the top of ramp if they do go forward with this.
It's a huge rifle for Nismo, and he wins that fight against Corey, so this is huge. This could be a Rolling Thunder that they have as well, but they know that there's been a Trailblazer from Sabrosa early, and that Nebula that comes out on the defender side from GMD allows the rotation back from 7's Showstopper, so that cancels out the plan for them to try to go for a fast hit into the A side, especially off the Seekers. But this could be a good call again to kill Noise and re-hit with the Rolling Thunder. Gonna be huge here. A huge round for both of these teams.
I talked about a bit about this yesterday. Retaking a map can be very scary, super difficult, and there's a lot of chances that the enemy's encroached into your territory. So like you said, reset, re-hit, still in a relatively safe space, and know what they want to do.
Gravity Well's even ready on the ground, and you do have 7 on the top of the rafters with the Showstopper ready. The Prowler gives the first indication that this hit is coming in here for Ghost Gaming. Nate, the execution, here it comes for the first flash, but Sabrosa, he doesn't need any help. He just sprays through the smoke to get 3 kills, and 7 with the kill with the Showstopper through the Poison Orb. And unfortunately there for Ghost, all those plans get unfoiled. And Rossi picks up the last kill. What a hold in the end by TSM.
Rossi looked like Neon coming out at the end there. What the heck? But the kills before, I think 7 got out there, and he's like, really, Sabrosa? That would have been an awesome showstopper, but no deals. He's looking for people to kill at this point. Wow, what a spray down from Sabrosa. Picking up a lot. Shutting down Ghost in their tracks and reading the play well. You know, TSM had no reason with a bit of a push across the map to think anything otherwise than an A hit from Ghost.
And he was able to see all of that before the Poison Orb even came out, so easy sprays through the smoke.
Super simple stuff, it seems, for TSM. Will it continue? Oh my gosh. Sabrosa really hasn't had to deal with anybody up ramp that fast. And we can see why he feels that way. The past few rounds had no one. Now it's got Koala Noob right at the front door.
And it's a close range tour de force to be able to get that kill. And that's an early first blood. Once again, capitalized by Ghost Gaming. Full map control towards mid side, but at least some information in terms of utility with a trademark up on B heaven side. So you could have this lean and a stack from TSM towards A side. A very aggressive push by 7 towards B main too. We'll see how TSM reacts after this trademark breaks.
The garage play throughout this is going to be big. We'll have to keep an eye on that, because if the flank can come through, this could stop Ghost. Yeah, that's going to be a big fight between a Proto here and 7. B site's getting hit.
Stays towards the back of the site. A Proto's about to get picked off here. This is going to be a big fight towards the main side. Cosmic Divide on the defender side too. And 7 wins that one. A big kill coming in. Elise will get a plant for Ghost Gaming at the default spot. They can't really go back for control towards B main, but just about a corner.
Oh no.
Yeah, a little bit too antsy on that one, and you got to love it when you actually kill your opponent and you're slowed by your own force field. Or slow field and you get picked up from behind. So it's a 3 versus 3. TSM looking for the retake, and GMD goes for the surprise kill, but it gets answered back and revenged by Nismo. Another battle with utility in the hands. Rossi stuck towards the hell side, and we try to go for this swing, but it's still going to be Nismo going for the trades and a win for Ghost Gaming.
I mean, you can't blame 7. You thought a Proto was the flank. You should be able to run up mid. He's just standing right there. Another tour de force from point blank range onto TSM for that one. Ghost did a really nice job at separating the map there, figuring out where they could go without really finding any TSM defense to start. Nice little bit of movement there. 9 to 10 as they start to pull it back. One away here from tying this back up. What a punch-for-punch game we've got. No.
Yeah.
I actually thought he was going to ult right there for a second. Seems like he didn't want it. And they're going to pressure this first A lobby aggression that Ghost has been setting up.
We're not out of it yet for either of these teams. The economy is
No.
even hurting more for Ghost than it is for TSM. Could actually afford to go for some sort of a half buy going into the next round, but also if you're looking at it from the Ultimate's perspective of a chamber, we're far away from those for Corey and for Koala Noob, so can't lose too many players in the process for either of these teams should they win the round.
Full spread on the map this time. I feel like we'll get Koala Noob to rotate up through zipline at some point. Ghost has been pretty committed to where the spike starts on these as they start getting pressure up. They can at least call that Sabrosa's over at A for now with that guiding light call from Koala Noob, but not much has been given up, and Ghost is going again for kind of the contact play. No noise until we see TSM.
And there's a noise. B have inside, Satchel
boy.
charges in. No contact, but we've made it behind enemy lines. We're looking for a flank for Nismo, and that's a Viper's Pit. But
30
Nismo's still
seconds left.
closing in. He's in the back of the site. This could be a huge kill to Rossi. Finally, the sixth sense to come out, but he misses the flick, and with the stingers runs out of bullets, and that's the Viper Pit down, but still Sevens inside the site. Still GMD comes down for a surprise after the pit comes down, and the advantage still comes in for TSM. 14 seconds left. The peak coming out from the heaven side. The wall bang doesn't pan out as we're trying to get the plant down. Nice little fake plant coming in for a full plant right after as John Cutie goes for another fake plant for a kill.
Wait, I
but
think
he
he's got
doesn't
it.
have enough time. Does he have enough time? Oh my god, this guy is a god. John Cutie against Sabrosa that also has all of his utility on the top of heaven side, and John Cutie gets the Red Bull clutch!
Biggest round of the series, John Cutie comes up incredibly huge, tying it 10 to 10. That would have wiped the economy of Ghost. They would be buying down on this round. Absolute five-head plays. Gets the spike to understand. It's about 3.75. It's not exactly 4, I don't think. He gets it down under pressure. 8 bullets left is all he needed.
I'm gonna let you keep talking, Riv, because there's a timeout. I need to recollect my senses after that sick clutch.
Let's
we
do
talked
it.
about like his
Everyone
first half.
take a breath.
Exactly. Let's take 5 seconds. Moment of silence for TSM where they should have won that round. But what a godlike play by John Cutie.
John Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Absolutely incredible stuff coming from the fade play. And really just aim prowess at that point.
Yeah.
It wasn't utility to be used. It was game sense. TSM called a timeout because you have to reset after something like that. You can't be down on yourself. Take a breath. Like we said, you're going to get back into it just like any other round. Make it 0-0. Whoever can get 3 can win, right? Let's go. Get to your bonus. Get to your bonus round.
And it's
25.
definitely 4 seconds to plant, so it was like such a close call for him to like just nail it right there to get that plant down. That was insane by John Cutie. 10-10. And that's actually a great moment to call the timeout too. I would like to say that as Sabrosa was talking about it in his interview, in those moments where you have to calm down the senses of your team, you could get flattened after that huge clutch coming out of John Cutie. So using that timeout for Sabrosa, talking to his team, let's bring back up the vibes, and then let's see how GMD is going to call this next round as TSM's on the defense still.
Ori waiting. Hasn't really played this position too much, but they're still looking for it. Yeah, Koala Noob felt it. Try the off angles. It's going to be a bit of a down round for them, so they might be playing some tricky stuff.
Sabrosa looking to fight it back. Nice. TP away here from Koala Noob. Barely gets damaged here, but they didn't know that there was actually a second player behind. And there's no trademark here, so John Cutie has an opportunity to push all the way back towards spawns if he wants to, but also has an opportunity to see if he could actually catch somebody pushing back towards the A main side. But so far, nothing for TSM. They've gambled the stack towards the B site, and for Ghosts, they're leaning back towards A.
30 seconds. This is the hit. What is a Proto going to be able to do from that top side? He's the last measure if they fail inside sight.
Close range showstopper lands onto Rossi, and that was from a nice flash from Brock to actually push Rossi all the way back towards the elbow. Now we actually have pressure from 2 players of Ghost all the way up towards the A site. Nice little kill from Sabrosa, but these trades continue to come in for Ghost Gaming. Only 1 more player to go, and he can't get anything there. As John Cutie, man, he's been lighting up pretty much the last 2 rounds.
Like I said, he was there, ready, and nothing happened to everyone inside the site, right? So John Cutie had a field day in heaven. Has the Nightfall as well. Will be able to take down TSM in that manner if they want to crash into the site. A Protoss one-off ultimate, so they may Nightfall, Cosmic Divide, and really just mess with the senses of what TSM has for any idea what's going on around the map. That can get real tough. Phantoms, Guardians, Bulldogs. TSM's reaching into the pockets here. They do not have any credits for next round.
So it's been the story of this matchup between these 2 teams. Economy has always been very important. So we're scraping at the bottom of the barrel many, many times for some of these players just to get something out of it. And it's going to be opting for more utility for Rossi. Still has 2 snake bites to work with so that he plays the Bulldog here. But for Ghost, they're staying cool, calm, and collected. With the highs that they've gone from the clutches are still holding a default into this round. As I don't think that Trailblazer saw too much. But after you hear the Prowler coming out, you know that there's at least some pressure on mid side from Ghost.
Guiding light for now. Actually missed, too. So it looks like Nismo can kind of play with this information to see if somebody might peek. B seems to be the hit again. We're not getting a Ghost that's varying their sights. They are hitting a sight and making sure it happens.
The Seekers will allow TSM to rotate across, but the Nightfall comes out. That actually spots GMD. John Moody gets the kill to save his teammate Nismo as he's trying to satchel across. Kills through the smoke. Paint shells coming out from the heavens, but it's still going to be 5 players of Ghost making it inside B.
Utility. Ghost is just being able to avoid all of it and get theirs to count at this point. What a swap of the game and how it was working before. They seem to be reading TSM so well here, and TSM may just have to wait on this round. It looks like they will.
They have to. Yeah, you got to save into the next round. We talked about how low the economy is. You got to salvage what you got and hopefully fight and hope for the best to bring this into overtime. As a Proto had the timing, almost had the timing with the lurk back into market. And so far, it seems like the last 2 players are in a good spot to save their weapons here for Corey and Rossi.
This goes off. Ghosts are feeling so good right now. Seeing the timeouts from teams go. Ooh, there might have been a cheek scene there. The Protos now chasing. They find one, a little bit of a trade. Not a problem. Ghosts have done so well at understanding what needs to be changed or what they need to put back into action of the composition they're using when they're down. We have seen them down in both games with the ability to come back. How to find that, how to, triage the situation and bring themselves to a lead each time. Now, game point on the second map when being down again in the first half. What a strong team and still growing. Where is the Ghost ceiling is the question. They look to get a little bit higher with a round here over TSM.
Guardians, Bulldog, Spectre. Showstopper at least, and that's been a key component into at least the last time that 7 had it. And it feels like it was just 2 rounds ago. So this guy's still putting up numbers here to help out TSM wherever he can. As Koala Noob's moving forward, pings towards the back, the battle in the front. Great start here for TSM into this round. Sabrosa being battled back down to 55 HP, forced to fall back inside the site. Prowler doesn't spot the second one as Rossi still gets an off angle in the back of the A site. Still looking good here for TSM. As 4 players of Ghost are looking for potentially the pistol round. Are they going to go for the pistol round push A to B? No, we're just going outside through the smoke. Here it comes.
Right in.
Rossi sees that gun. Patient play. Lines up. Second one, ADS. Runs out of bullets as that is going to be a great hold for TSM into this round. The Proto has done before in his career. Can he do it this time around? Fake plants coming in, but when you got paint shells ringing through, not as easy, and it's not going to be a replay of John Cutie and TSM. They're trying for this last round to bring it into overtime.
Beware of Bulldogs. The Guardians are ready. Everything on that round, TSM needed to pull out this. It's so interesting when you have the rounds where they have guns and they're like, all right, deep breath. We need to make a round where we can't buy work. And they seem to be able to do it. Pulling out all the stops there. They are back into weapons. 12-11. Are we going overtime here? Is TSM going to keep the series alive?
Here he comes.
Oh, dear.
Satchel charge fault line into heaven, but it's a fake right now. They're trying to push the A side. Everybody's looking to move towards B. A nice battle being won by Sabrosa as he goes for the flash, and with that Nebula. That's a nice play, actually, from TSM, from GMD, just to make sure that from a fake on the A side, they're not biting into anything. As it stays quiet, they know that it's B. Now the orb gets picked up by Brock to have a rolling thunder. Everybody from TSM's already stacked towards this B site. But Ghost, they're not reacting yet.
Just outside the aftershock. GMD's safe. Doesn't reach him. This is something that plagued them last time. They threw the nade back there, and they thought it was safe. The smoke will reset the situation, though, so they'll have to reconsider everything. And one of the first times we're really seeing Ghost want to use more of the map. We've seen a bit of mid and B, or mid and A, and then they take that here, stalling out a bit. Looks like they'll still go B, though. They don't want to try and retake something they may have lost with that A ramp death. Power towards heaven.
From sight.
Let's go.
Showstopper coming out on the top of the heavens in that spot. That's a huge spot right now from Koala Noob, but GMD still in the back of the site, being a menace all the time in the back of that site. Nice wall bang from Koala Noob. Activates the dual defense, misses the shot, and we are going into overtime between Ghost and TSM.
Oh, here we go.
Overtime.
Haven awaits us if this map goes in favor of TSM. 2 more rounds, and they'll be able to finalize that. The purchases come in. Everybody's back to reset. We're going to get TSM on attack here. Ghost on defense. Ghost had a pretty good idea of what to continue to do on defense. They had a bit of that breach and fade set up at the same side. Looks like they'll just have breach over towards A and a rotation set up. So John Cutie can lean to whatever site they need to detect that info. So they're still discussing everything right now. And the Viper Wall is going to be A. Remember, TSM would move this back and forth and commit to either site. They're going to seep it on A this time.
All Zed about to come out potentially.
Ooh.
But
Spike is in sewer.
And Ghost has the right numbers towards this A side as well. There's so much shooting. Space gained just behind the Trailblazer from Sabrosa to allow 2-3 players to get up there towards that A main side. Spike now picked up. 2 stars on the ground for the defender side, 2 for a Proto. We're looking to play contact.
This is such a big game, too. We haven't even mentioned it for the group. TSM 1-2. The Ghost 2-1. So for TSM to be able to get a leg up there and be in that 2 group, left column with 2 wins. Oh, boy.
We're going for it, and a Proto gets that first kill. SWAT 7 out of the air, but it's traded out by Sabrosa. Players are now inching in from Ghost. We're going back and forth. Still TSM with the upper hand. 1 player advantage. 2 players on a rotate, and that's including an op on a retake, too. You got to be on point with your shots right now for Koala as the plant is coming down.
Nobody's giving a peek just yet. See the hide from Corey. He stays solid.
Just on the pointing elbow, but it's traded out once again. Spotted it from the hell sign, and Corey is able to pick that kill. And TSM, 1 more round, boys, and we're going into a 3rd map.
Match point.
Oh, that TSM timeout. They were talking about everything. Everything was on the table, and now we'll get Ghosts. It's just, honestly, both teams are playing at the point they need to right now. These timeouts are to reset, figure out, you know, that you're doing things the right way. Don't let the fundamentals go to the wayside and play your game. I honestly, unless they're really going to formulate a strat here, which I think would be awesome, but it's such a tight moment in the game, you don't have much room to work with other than to win the round. So, Ghost, the pressure is on now. Will they be able to bring this back for a second OT?
Well, that's Kaplan calling the timeout, saying to his boys, it's not over yet, right?
Not over.
There's a time. It's going to have to be now, quoting one of our legends casting the NA VCTs.
Remember when we got to 10-10 and John Cutie clutched the round? I remember. That's what they're saying right now. They're pumping each other up.
Let's keep riding on that momentum, definitely.
Yeah, off the content.
At this point now, you see the spike being dropped. Everybody trying to figure out where this spike should go, but you're already seeing it. It's going to be a default round. Gonna try to activate Koala Noob once again here towards this A side, but look on the other end. It's potentially a guided light and a swing, but I like that smoke going out from a Proto as well. So it's gonna be a Prowler fault line to find information towards this A main side. Koala Noob able to run across thanks to that. Fault line coming in. He faked the footsteps and is walking back towards the mid side. This is actually pretty good here because everybody else, once again, inching towards this mid B control. With the spike being there too, we might want to finish towards the B side, Riv.
Yep. And they're unsure. You see in Heaven, guiding light right towards ramp. They gave it a little bit of an idea. Now, more privy to what's going on as the rotation starts to come to be the mid-round strat to have 3 for Ghost on this rotation. Honestly, not much has been happening in the middle of the map for the later part of this game. The last, say, 5, 6, 7 rounds, it's been holding the extremities.
And Sabrosa's been a key component right now to try to read this round for TSM. Guided light on the A side, Trailblazer on the B side. It baits out a couple of shots, so now TSM knows that, you know, they're trying to inch back towards this B side for Ghost, but Koala Noob gets the opening kill onto Corey.
Do they extend that into the round? They've done a pretty good job at it before throughout the series. First blood for them. Second one to follow. Yes, Nismo cleans up Sabrosa in B, and they hit.
Drive by in the front. Spike is down. Nice trade by Brock.
B.
As we still have a late lurk on mid side, though, from Koala Noob. Here's the footsteps coming up. Easy kill on to Rossi. And now Seven's on his own. Easy one for John Cutie as well. And we're not done on this map, Riv.
All right, seems like the attackers have a little
Switching
bit of
sides.
sauce behind their
Overtime.
plays on this one. Feeling a bit more confident each time. We'll see if TSM can now put that to work. Look at I think we're going to get a lot of OTs here. Just based on how each team is reading each other. We're going down to 2v2s almost every time because of the trades we're seeing. Both teams are on top of each other, on top of the plays to slow them down as much as possible. You know, it's just TSM makes it in one attack, Ghost makes it in the other attack. Let's go for another one, second OT.
You talked about it. This is an important match for a lot of these teams. We saw some overtimes on the second map on the previous series with Sentinels because they were fighting for their lives to maintain a little bit of a lifeline if they could inside the stage and inside the groups. And this time it's the same thing here for TSM. You mentioned them 1 and 2. This is an important series for them to win as well. And it's Sabrosa that doesn't want to lose this yet. But he's going to lose that duel at least inside vents.
Right there.
A lot of work
timing.
from in.
Oh my god, this is dangerous, but at least the Proto's able to get one and traded out by Nismo. Paint shells on the ground. Nice fault line too on the combination, dropping the spike. Showstopper on top of that, and he's just looking for info. Oh man, that is going to be an ult that barely hits Corey, down at 21 HP. Aftershock TP out, and Corey's looking to clutch a 3 versus 1, and it gets denied by Koala Noob on the top of A Heaven, and Ghost Gaming are at map and series point.
Ghost just got 2 in a row,
Match point.
and they make it 3. They're looking to shut down TSM here. Now they're back on that hot side. Oh, just in the knee. Took a bullet to the knee. This play here again, these plays of Nismo funneling his opponents. Gets this over the shoulder fault line. Come on, guys. Oh, TSM almost didn't have a chance there. Nicely played. Now TSM look to defend. Do we get an overtime 3 here, or are we on our way to Haven? Or sorry, do we get an overtime 3 and TSM pushes it to Haven, I should say.
Same strat being run here for Ghost at the beginning of this round, but Koala Noob decides to move even further up. Wall coming up on the defender side, and Sabrosa once again has to be the first point of contact. Looking both left and right of A main, and to swing to come out, he saw the elbow, and Koala Noob TP's away. Thankfully, you're playing a chamber. If not, that was a kill for Sabrosa.
Very close. Yeah, you just get spammed down in that instance. But the firefights begin right away. You see what kind of pressure teams are trying to create. Now the reset. And it even looks like Corey wants to tempt again. Or not Corey, sorry. John Cutie wants to tempt again in that position. He'll get semi into spot. Mid will be worked a little bit more now from the side of Ghost. I think A is the end here if they can meet up with John Cutie.
And they brought the TP too. And now Ghost Gaming are definitely looking to work back towards the A side, and Sabrosa, he's playing towards the heavens again.
Yeah.
Calling for a Guardian Angel is going to be Sabrosa for TSM as the first line of defense, but he decides to inch back towards the elbow with Rossi. Smoke's now coming
30
down.
seconds left.
Ferrari peak with the satchel charges, nothing there. Haunt actually catching one, as Sabrosa at least gets the first blood for this round. But for his troubles is weakening a little bit of members for Rossi to try to get some kills, but it doesn't work out. The plant is about to come in with 14 seconds left. It's a safe plant. Nades coming down to a little bit of damage, but a TP forced out of Koala Noob. And now we weaken out. Oh no, we don't check the corners as Corey gets picked off. 7 in
enemy
GMD,
remaining.
only now 7. And he's gonna get picked off by Brock. And in
Attackers win.
OT, Ghost Gaming takes the series against TSM.
These guys slip through the cracks so many times on this series, and to their, they did it. It's not like TSM let things